Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Today, as promised, we are reviewing, repeating, re-listening the most popular episodes of Food School podcast. The most popular episodes of more than 400 episodes already, guys. It's hard to believe, for me especially. I can't believe I've been doing it for so long, and you've been with me for so long, more than 400 episodes. So today we are taking the most popular, the more listened by you guys episodes of Food School podcast, and we're taking the most important, the most interesting, the most useful and practical bits of information from those podcasts for you to listen again, to repeat them, to remember them, and to apply maybe again in your life to get results in your health, your healthy eating, in your weight loss journey. So we will have 3 episodes today, and tomorrow we're actually going to continue this most popular episodes with my guests. So today, the most popular episodes of me talking about some subject, and tomorrow we will listen to the most popular episodes with guests that we had on Food School podcast. So today's most popular episodes are Your Addicted Brain, What to Do When You Can't Stop Eating, Bright Line Eating Book from PhD of Neuroscience. And this episode has 1,831 listens. So, and this by far the most popular episode of Food School podcast. The next one, The Obesity Code. It's also a book study, by the way, guys. 5 eating principles for forever fat loss, when to eat, when to stop, and how. And in particular, I'm talking on this episode about 5 eating principles, diets aside, no matter what diet you're on. 5 eating principles to be one of those rare people who lose weight and keep it off. And the third most popular episode is on intermittent fasting and circadian biology. It's also actually a book study. So guys, you love books, apparently. You love listening to practical takeaways from those books. So I promise you, I'm gonna do more of these episodes, starting with this Primal Fat Burner book that we talked about yesterday. So intermittent fasting, the circadian code, part 2, what not to eat and best time to eat. So stay tuned and enjoy these most useful, practical, most popular takeaways from the most popular episodes of Food School podcast. If you want to succeed with your healthy eating habits, especially if you need to lose weight, especially if you need to get back to your health, improve any condition related to that, to your diet, any kind of metabolic disease like diabetes or different kinds of heart disease and heart conditions, obesity, all of that. For all of that, you need to improve your diet, and you need to have strict rules or bright lines in order for your brain to start using your willpower that we all have limited amount of, and just create automatic behaviors that after a while become habit and become your second nature, and that's how you stick with any kind of diet for life. So for me, for example, let's just talk about the book. There are 4 bright lines that the book recommends to follow to succeed on any diet. Number 1, avoid any kind of sugar and sweeteners added, meaning processed white sugar, coconut sugar, honey, agave. That all basically triggers the same response in our body, the response of overeating. So no sugar, strict rule that you gotta maintain for considerable period of time before you can actually manage it. Meaning here and there you can allow maybe a sweet treat. Anyway, bright line, no sugar. Second bright line, no flour. And no flour meaning no whole grain flour, no quinoa flour, no flour at all. Just no flour. Just eat whole foods, eat your grains if you want to, like rice or quinoa, or whatever those grains are in whole food form, but no flour, no refined form. The bright line, or the rule number 3, is the amount of meals you eat. And I had a whole group that I coached, and the first rule in our group that was dedicated to living lean lifestyle was about eating 3 meals a day, no snacks, just 3 meals, no snacks, and then the kitchen is closed, meaning you do not eat anything else. They did research studies, when they questioned people. Well, it's kind of statistical studies, but anyway, people used to eat 4.5 times a day on average. Now people snack 11.5 times on average, meaning most people eat from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed. So that's how bad it got, and see where it got us. 1/3 of the population is obese, and probably almost everyone has some kind of metabolic disease. So the 3 meals that is recommended in the book, also no snacking, no nothing in between and after, no calories at all. And then the rule number 4 is the amount of food you eat. You cannot define by feeling how much you eat every meal. Otherwise, you never get anywhere with your fat loss, with your lean journey, with your health journey. You gotta define how much you eat based on whatever philosophy you're using, and stick to that no matter what for a period of time that you decided to dedicate to that. So 4 rules: bright light eating to help your brain to stick to your diet resolutions, avoid temptations, avoid addictive like behaviors, and hacking your brain that leads to overeating. So rule number 1, no sugar, because it's processed, it's concentrated, it hooks your brain, it hacks your brain and makes you overeat. Rule number 2, no flour, again for the same reasons. Rule number 3, amount of meals, 3 meals, no snacks, that's it. And rule number 4, the amount of food. So, and that works for any kind of diet you are on. And that I've been using those rules to achieve 10% body fat. I do not eat any processed food. I do not eat even processed fats or oils as much as possible, except for olive oil, to achieve 10% body fat. Extract 2, the obesity code: 5 eating principles for forever fat loss. When to eat, when to stop. How? 5 eating principles, diets aside, to be one of those rare people who lose weight and keep it off. It's that 95% of people who try to lose weight, they lose that weight, all right, but they gain it back a lot of times with extra weight on top of that. So why is it happening? Because a lot of times people would go on calorie restrictive diet, and it doesn't even matter if it's keto diet or a low carb diet, but just in general, low carb diet. And if you're snacking all the time and you're on keto diet, you're still not going to be healthy, guys, no matter how much fat and how little carbs and protein you're eating. So it's about what to eat and when you eat. Fiber. I am guilty of that myself. Like right now, my diet is really healthy except for not having enough fiber, I believe. And I actually do miss it in my diet, but I'm right now in Siberia, and as soon as I'm back in US, I'm gonna load up on my salads with olive oil and avocados. So fiber, soluble and insoluble, things like avocados are perfect for that have soluble and insoluble fiber. That's just really amazing. Fiber is really amazing for lowering your insulin long term, and also for your gut health. That is hugely important for your metabolic health. So high in fiber. So let's repeat: diet low in sugars and added sugars, diet low in processed grains, diet moderate in protein according to your lifestyle and training, diet high in natural healthy fats, and diet high in fiber. Extract 3. Intermittent Fasting, the Circadian Code Book, Part 2. What not to eat, best time to eat. The best time to eat, the best food to eat on intermittent fasting to optimize your circadian biology, to optimize basically everything. To recap, you don't want to have in your diet, in any kind of diet, according to the book, soda of any kind, juices, prepackaged juices of any kind, no breakfast cereals that are pretty much desserts, no energy bars of any kind. Eat your nuts, whole and unprocessed without any labels. No processed foods that contain corn syrup, fructose or sucrose or any other kind of weird sweeteners or any really added sugar. No dark or hot chocolate in the evening, because it also has a lot of caffeine that disrupts your sleep and circadian sleep rhythm. And no commercially processed nut butters. And basically, guys, just no processed food. Eat a healthy, balanced overall diet. Let me give you an example of what Dr. Panda's eating protocol is. So he eats in around 10 to 12 hour window. His breakfast is a combination of cottage cheese, oatmeal, some cranberries, and some almond powder that he makes himself in a food processor. For dinner, he usually has, and dinner usually happens in the afternoon, whereas breakfast is somewhere around 9 a.m. So for lunch, he has either salad or soup, something really light, because he doesn't want to disrupt his energy flow and he wants to be super productive during the day. And for dinner, that usually happens 6 to 7 p.m. with his family. They have, as he says, traditional dinner, some cooked in fat vegetables and some protein. So pretty simple and doable for any of you guys. Most of your calories at the beginning of the day as early as possible, because that's where your body can control the glucose, the blood sugar the best. That's where your digestion works the best. That allows your gut to recover the most during the night, and to renew all the gut cells, all the like what they call mucosa cells. But anyway, your gut renews itself every night. So the earlier in the day you have your food, the better it is for your gut health. And they also speculate in the book that things like leaky gut syndrome or different intolerances and autoimmune conditions related to gut might be related to late night eating and just for your gut not having enough time in general to renew itself, to repair itself. Hey guys, hopefully you found this episode super useful, super practical, and you're gonna implement something into your lifestyle that's gonna improve your health, your energy levels, that will increase your vitality and will help you to lose weight if you need to do so. Check out the full episodes, link in the show notes. They were super popular. Lots of people enjoyed them, obviously. And as usual, till next time, eat better daily.